Saying nah. Hey y'all, what's up? It's been a little while since I've last recorded, and I feel like when I take a break from the camera, I just get a little bit of nerves. So I'm gonna just dance it out. But yeah, y'all, I missed recording. I missed talking and talking with a purpose, talking with a sense. I wanted to talk first off before we get into the topic. I hope y'all can hear me well. Get into the pixie, okay? The pixie has been eaten ever since I put heat to my pixie. It really elevated it up a couple of notches. I'll never go back, but I feel like I will go back because like a molded pixie just has a whole different look, whole different vibe. So I think I actually like it better with the scarf for right now. So yeah. This video is very much disorganized, very much on a whim, and I'm just accepting that because, you know, learning to just follow the creative urges when they come instead of letting them pass me by. In this video, I wanted to talk about the art of not forcing shit. Oh, that's what I was trying to do before I went into this next stage. If this is your first time listening to the Hood Healer's Diary, what's up, yo? My name is Bria. I do the Hood Healer's Diary podcast. And with my podcast, I talk about anything I want to talk about: spirituality, commentary on things that I think about in society and ways that I like to live, my thoughts on love, my thoughts on philosophical, habubu, hababi. Was that problematic? I don't know. I didn't mean that in a problematic way. I meant like any hoopla, I get into that hoopla. The hoopla I enjoy is the hoopla I explore. Be sure to peruse, you know. The Hood Healer's Diary is not only just on YouTube, girl. I am on Spotify. I am on Apple Podcasts. I am on iHeart Mother Effing Radio. So you and your aunties can listen to my podcast, because I feel like iHeartRadio is kind of like the Facebook of streaming platforms, because it's just radio. So that's what a lot of our ancestors, our immediate members of our family listen to, iHeartRadio. Be sure to rate the Hood Healer's Diary 5 stars. Comment your thoughts and opinions about what we get into today. Let me know what resonated with you, what you disagree with. Let's have a conversation and talk amongst yourselves too, because play this in your speakers. Play this in your speakers, play this with your niggas, play this while you hotbox, all the things. Okay, that's all I want to say. I am about to make BJ, who has been scratching himself endlessly because he fucking refuses to eat his fucking allergy medicine. Like, how dare you be allergic to things and at the same time be resistant to help? You know, did I raise a hyper independent black man? Like, what did I raise? What did I raise? BJ, what did I raise? What did I raise? Am I showing him? Girl, he looked drunk. I don't know what the fuck that's about, but I'm about to give him gabapentin. Gabapentin it relieves anxiety. Honestly, I think this gets BJ high. I don't like seeing BJ on gabapentin because it's just so like, why is he being so dramatic? Like, he be stumbling, falling, girl. It be tripping, stumbling, like all of that and above. So, but it's just hard seeing my cat like that in general. I don't like seeing the people I love, not the people, but yeah, the people I love, you know, drug the fuck up. Like, that's just, it's not cute. It's not kind. I will be administering his gabapentin to him so that I'll be able to hopefully give him his allergy medicine and also clip his fucking nails because they look utro. Okay, if I went to go get my pedicure tonight, you best believe that you're getting your nails clipped. You're getting your nails clipped. And BJ really likes to like do things with me, like He likes to eat with me. He likes to participate in things with me. So I got my toes done today. So he's going to get his toes done today. But yeah, y'all, I wanted to talk about the art of not forcing shit. And why it's been on my mind lately. As a 22-year-old who I've spoke about on this podcast before, just taking a break from school, taking a gap year from school, and I don't know, I guess you could call this a gap year, but I'm kind of just calling this a gap period until I'm ready to return back, if that's the way that I want to go. Kind of just in a space now where I'm just fucking around and finding out and seeing what I want to do with my education, what I want to do with my life, what exactly intrigues me enough to pursue it and learn it. Because I've thought about therapy for a long time and becoming a therapist, but part of me feels like I'd be playing it safe. And so I don't know, I don't have any answers for that space in my life right now, but I do know that like I'm in the thick of wandering, testing things out, figuring things out, and I don't want to rush myself to do anything just for the sake of feeling a sense of instant gratification or safety, especially if it's not intentional. I'm just doing shit impulsively. I don't want to start off like that, okay? Like, I'm 22. I have a long fucking life ahead of me. I don't know what the fuck future Bria is going to think about what she wants to do, but I'm gonna leave that for her, okay? We're just going to build the building blocks and do what we can right now, put things in place, have goals, of course, but I'm not so attached to my goals that I can't be flexible and allow space for my mind to change and my feelings to change about things, people, places, you know. I don't want to like be in a shame cycle about not allowing myself to pursue what ifs and redefining things and shifting things. Like, a lot of the tattoos that I have on my body are all exemplary of like accepting change, accepting things shape-shifting, me shape-shifting, me evolving. And I really think that obviously change is the only constant in life. And so, yeah, not forcing shit, thinking about our seasons and like honoring our seasons. I'm thinking about, like I said, school. I'm thinking about this podcast, how I feel artistically, how I feel creatively, about not forcing things. What does it mean to like lean into like the things that pleasure me, and like lean into pleasure as a response of not forcing things, like, because I think that like sometimes I talk myself out of doing the things that really do feel good, for the sake of like discipline or like worry of, you know, am I falling off? Am I not being committed? Am I failing? Am I a failure? If I do too much in this area, will I fail? And I think that like I can talk myself out of doing the things that really do feel good for me. And I feel like if I just allowed myself to be, I'd really tap into like that erotic, you know, element of life that is just led by pleasure, led by enjoying what life really does offer, enjoying the full spectrum of my humanity and how nature is constantly evolving and shit just naturally evolves. Trees can like fucking grow, die, fall, fail, restore itself, catch on fire, restore itself. Like, we see a lot of physical things, seasons changing, nature evolving, and, you know, we don't question it. But when it comes to us as people, as individuals, it's really easy to cling on to what's familiar and cling on to things for the sake of safety and for feeling comfortable. And so yeah, I wanted to talk about what I'm not forcing in my life as of late, what I'm thinking about. And I also want to talk about fitness and going to the gym, because in the summertime, I don't know if I really like going to the gym that much. I'm looking for other ways to be active and enjoying the fact that, like, nigga, it's sunny as shit outside. After I get out of fucking work, I work in an office setting right now in my life. So, and the office don't fucking have no windows. So it's like, I don't want to go from being inside to inside again. Like, I just can't do it. In the wintertime, a bitch was up at like 5 a.m. going to the gym. Bitch, I don't know what the fuck got into me when I was doing all that shit, but I'm also really proud of that, proud of that person. I'm really proud of that person because it really built that discipline. It built sense of relief and gratification and having the gym and in my life, reprioritizing health in my life. I think that that's more than anything what really made me proud about that time of commitment towards going to the gym. But this was during the winter and it was fucking cold as shit and I wanted to be inside. Bitch, I want to be outside. I'm about to go outside. I really like that Cardi B song. Okay, I'm gonna give BJ his stuff. And I hope that I remember everything I wanted to talk about because I'm a little spitz. I'm gonna give BJ his stuff so that I can go ahead and take my shower, and yeah, all is well. I don't think I want y'all to see the process of me giving BJ his shit because this might take a while. So, girl, I don't know who you want to get when I come back. So, wishing you luck. I wanted a nice little setting. Obviously, I'm in my room, about to take a shower and have a concert. But yeah, one of the things that I have been, saying to myself recently as an artist is that, like, I can work with what I have right now, and that my artistry and what I have to say and express is worth saying right now. Even just documenting it, that doesn't mean that I'll forever be tied to this thing that I'm talking about right here, right now in 2025, the year of our Lord, 2025. I'm allowed to change. I'm allowed to have a different opinion. I'm allowed to change my lifestyle. I'm allowed to go a different direction. And I'm allowed to just start now with what I have. I just had this idea before that, like, if I didn't have like the perfect outcome or have all of the tools, like if I didn't have all of the high quality paints or canvases, if I didn't have all of the high quality equipment to make a podcast happen, then what the fuck was the point of pursuing anything at all? And speaking about talking myself out of things, it feels like I am forcing myself to ignore the urge to express and get my voice out there and start with what I have. Know that I have enough, like that I truly am enough to make my dreams happen. I'm truly enough to go after the things that bring me joy. I am truly enough and worthy of enjoying what life has to offer, even if I don't have it all figured out and it's not all cookie cutter and perfect. It's still enough to pursue, to initiate, to encounter. And I know that sometimes, most times, honestly, this life shit is just full of like encounters that take time, encounters that, I can't fully foresee, that may need to happen in order for me to progress to my next step, reach that next level. And all of this shit is valuable. I once saw this YouTube video about that kind of went along the same, topic of just not forcing shit. And thinking about like a lot of the goals and dreams that we have, like if it's already ours, it's ours, which means that the things that I'm doing now, the projects that are in progress, the projects that have been left behind, the projects that are undone are all in the timing that it needs to be in right now in order for the dream or the goal to happen. One of the things that I feared and like had anxiety over with having the pod is running out of things to say, running out of ideas. I used to think that like I had to be scripted in everything in order for a pod episode to be good. And I feel like it stopped moments like this where like streams of consciousness, like my streams of consciousness already eat. My streams of consciousness are already on that level. My streams of consciousness are already, chef's kiss, elite, need to be heard, need to be said, need to, like, they resonate, you know? Like, I don't have to pinpoint everything that I need to say in order for, you know, my heart to come in and like kind of do the work. Like letting my heart do the work rather than my mind. Guys, I have been in therapy and that concept has been whooping my ass. Okay? Jumping out of my head and getting into my body, getting into what I feel, really sitting in and letting that be a space of fruitfulness, allowing it to be a space of fruitfulness rather than allowing for, or rather than thinking that all of the fruits come from my mind, because my mind plays tricks on me. As somebody who, I'm not medicated with anxiety. I medicate in my lifestyle. I medicate in taking care of my body. I medicate with community. I medicate with I medicate and take care of myself in so many different ways. I take care of myself and try new things and, you know, indulging in my hobbies and the things that really do bring me pleasure in my life. Damn, I forgot what the fuck I was saying, y'all. And I know I really got to a point that was hot fire. I feel like when I prioritize my values over the action of a thing, it helps me to align myself with my value and marry myself to my values rather than marrying myself to my actions. Because I feel like when I marry myself to my actions, I can become really hard on myself if I'm not acting in a way that I've been used to acting in. Like, for example, with this, you know, shit with going to the gym and shit, bro. Like, I had to ask myself, like, do I value fitness or do I value health? And do I value the gym or do I value working out, you know, my body? Like, there's a difference in that, bro. There's a difference in that. There's a difference in valuing the object versus valuing the effect of the object. Because I feel like it can make me cling on to things that feel outdated sometimes. Like, bitch, if you don't want to go to the gym, bitch, you don't have to go to the gym. Like, if you don't want to do a thing, you don't have to do anymore. I can be so fixed, y'all. Like, I can be so fucking fixed on what fucking feels good. And I think that's the Taurus, like, rising in me, that earth in me, where it's just like, if it feels good, if I found my comfort zone, I want to stay there. But it also tortures me and beats my ass in the process because it doesn't feel right and it doesn't feel good, and I feel like I'm resisting change. And if change is inevitable, then like, let's allow it. But I know that's a process. I know that allowing change is a process. I know that unlearning is a process. It is a marathon and not a sprint. And even then, it's a triathlon, bitch. It takes a lot of strengthening and conditioning and trial and error to get to a change. And so I think it's important to, like, for me to have compassion with myself and compassion with the people who I'm in a relationship with too. When we think about not forcing shit and them not forcing shit in their own lives, letting things just unravel and letting love be the priority as we are unraveling. Life is all about unraveling and unfolding who we are. And I think that it's just like, you know, little day by day things that we do that can get us closer. It's the journey. I'm still here. Yeah. No, I was just scared the shit out of myself because my fucking toilet paper just fell on my foot and I thought it was my fucking cat. So I'm gonna take a shower and I'm gonna come back and talk more about this art shit. Talk about where I'm at, about academics. Like, just let shit happen. Let life. Fuck. Like, I think the whole thing is just being in control. Like, my grandmother just passed, y'all. And I feel like her passing has brought out feelings that I am unfamiliar with and want to get to know, and a side of me that I want to get to know. Yeah, I feel like death in general always just, for me, reminds me of how fickle life is, how fragile life is, and how not in control I am in the end. Like, but it's so interesting. Like, bitch, death is gonna come regardless, and I'm so out of control in that. Like, there's no stopping that shit. But as humans, our lives feel like a race to be in control. And bitch, we're gonna die anyway. Bitch, you're either gonna end up burnt the fuck up, or you're gonna end up eating the fuck up underground. So pick your character, or what they be saying in Tekken, pick your something, pick your fighter. Okay, bitch, I'm gonna take a shower. Yeah. All right, guys, I'm back. In honor of me being nude, I will not be showing all of my goodies. So I do want to still talk though while I still have things in mind. First off, my eczema has been flaring the fuck up. Eczema is something that I feel like has just been increasingly showing up on my body as I get older, which I know like at all. But I do try my best to stay moisturized. And when I feel super itchy, which I do as of late, I just put hydrocortisone on the areas that feel itchiest before I start layering with my butters and my oils. One of the things I was thinking about when I was in the shower, like alluding back to the body, giving ourselves permission to not force things can connect us to our bodies in such a unique way. Like, I feel like a really big part of sensuality, I'm talking about sensuality in a way that is intuitive, in a way that connects us to our feminine energy, and we all have feminine energy within us, regardless of our gender expression. Leaning into not forcing shit helps us to tap into our sensuality and getting more in tune with our senses, because I think a lot of bodily terrorism and harm comes from us being taught to ignore our senses. And this is something that I feel like is ingrained in Western society and attacks Black people and people of color the most, because we were forced into enslavement. And in enslavement, we had to deprioritize our senses for the sake of adapting and assimilating and not getting killed. For our survival, we had to ignore our senses. But that's why I also think a big part of, that time was, especially for our people, is spirituality and leaning on faith, tapping into what we can access within our bodies outside of man-made objects or materials, things. things that are meant to resolve our issues or connect us to ourselves, or meant to bridge the gap, idolizing this higher power version of ourselves and feeling like we have to chase something in order to get to that point. And it's like, no, girl, like, she's here. She's here. Have we talked to her lately? Have we poured into her and her interests lately? Have we acknowledged how she feels with where we're at right now? Which can sometimes cause lots of, eye-opening shifts and realizations of cognitive dissonance that we've been living in and subjecting ourselves to, because the world promotes that. It's this like paragraph or this passage in the book Rest is Resistance by Trisha Hersey, and she talks about school and how school is like the first way that we've been indoctrinated as kids outside of the social group of family. It's a way that we've been indoctrinated as kids to ignore our feelings and ignore our senses. We're taught that we have to ignore ourselves when we are stressed with fucking endless amount of homework. In the bathroom, like, you need to use the fucking bathroom when you're sitting down in the classroom for more than an hour, and you're taught to limit yourself on how many times you raise your hand to go to the bathroom, or else you'll get in trouble. We're taught to ignore the things that our body says to us at a very early age. And us being at school for more than the day, we're spending more time at school than we do with our families. And we're spending a lot of time in school. If you go straight from elementary school to middle school to high school to college, that is a lot of fucking time in school, and a lot of time that has been put into ignoring our bodies. And I feel like for me, leaving school and pursuing my gap year, it was scary, of course, but I feel like, a year later, where I'm at now is like, I feel more in tune with who Bria is and what Bria wants, and saying no to things that exhaust me, that do not feel good to me, that genuinely don't feel good to me. Bitch, I don't have like the distraction of like homework. I don't have the distraction of trying to be the best, trying to be on top, trying to compete with other people. And the amount of ignoring that I've done to myself, I feel like I am slowly but surely making up for it. I feel like capitalism teaches you and solidifies your ignorance. It teaches you ignorance, and it keeps you in ignorance for as long as you do not address it, do not acknowledge it, and do not acknowledge its impact on your health, your well-being, your relationships, and of course, obviously, your relationship to yourself first and foremost. It's a really big reason as to why I took my gap year, was to reconnect with my body, reconnect with what Bria really likes outside of this school shit, bro. Like, school is not all that life is, and I know that it's been all that life has been for me, and it feels awkward to not have it a part of my life. But I'd rather learn from the awkwardness and embrace the awkwardness, because it feels awkward because my body isn't used to it yet, But I feel like as, time goes on, since I've graduated last year, like, I've definitely become a little bit more used to it and enjoying it and knowing that, like, if I am to return to school, and I would love to return to school, I love learning, I'd be able to approach it with me in mind. Like, I'm not doing school and ignoring myself while I'm in school. Like, I'm not fucking doing that. And I'm also not doing that in any job that I'm in either, bitch. I'm not going to ignore what my body needs, bitch. If I need a break, bitch, I'm gonna take it. I was just talking to my therapist about how I love bathrooms. I love a good bathroom break, bitch. Like, I can be around family members that I cannot stand, and knowing a bathroom is near and I can excuse myself at any fucking time that I want to, because I'm listening to my body and listening to her need to, like, just take a breather away from these Negroes, you know. And I listen. And I listen. And I listen and I do not judge. But back to, yeah, just engaging with more sensual sides of us. And, you know, my idea about like working out and fitness. Like this summer, lately I've been wanting more of a slower pace and like to do more yoga. Before the gym was part of my lifestyle, I viewed the gym as sometimes a way it can be escapism, you know, being addicted to the gym. I think it and being in the gym, like the inherent nature of working out is like kind of ignoring how you feel. Like if you want gains, you must kind of ignore how you feel. Like you have to push past the burn. You have to increase the weights that your body has now become comfortable with in order for you to gain muscle. You have to push yourself. It can cause a lot of, obviously you see the growth that you love, you see the progress that you make, and it's really addicting. I'm not gonna lie, I get it why gym bros say that shit now. Like it is addicting. As long as you can embrace like its fucking shallow nature, that it is very much just on the surface aesthetically pleasing, and of course in the body, you know, you release your endorphins and it feels good. But you know, there's something in yoga, like there's crack in yoga. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like yoga is like emotional crack, emotional and spiritual crack. I feel like it, you know, it's all about getting back in tune with your body. I don't think that yoga at all is about ignoring where you are or pushing yourself. It's about accepting where you are and accepting, like, yeah, this is where I am. This is the present moment of where I am. I may not be as deep in a stretch. I may not be as far in life. The practice of it, and I've been practicing it since 2020, like seriously been practicing it since 2020. You know, it ebbs and flows, like seasons in my life where I feel like I enjoy yoga most. You know, it ebbs and flows depending on what I'm going through or the type of fitness that I, you know, want in my life or how I want to work out. Or if I need to just, you know, tap back into my body, stretch myself out, you know, for flexibility. It can be used for any purpose. But in the years that I have practiced yoga, I really do feel like it is a reflection to life and a reflection to accepting the discomfort that sometimes comes along with life, the discomfort of not being where you want yourself to be. And you see it in the poses that a lot of advanced yogis can do. And you know, compare yourself and you think like, bitch, I can't fucking be on a crow pose like that. Bitch, I can barely hold myself when I'm lunging, let alone doing a fucking handstand. Like, I don't know how to do that yet. And that's okay. Like, my yoga practice is still enough. It still provides me release. It still, you know, nourishes me and gives me valuable insight that is useful, like all around. Bitch, it can tone you. It can create, if you can become a strong ass bitch off of yogas and Pilates, bitch, you don't always need the gym in order to get in shape. I think the gym is great for like building muscle, to be honest. Like that's my thing. But as far as getting in shape, bitch, you could do that so many different ways. And I feel like right now, like yoga for me is in part really helpful as far as muscle recovery when I do go to the gym. But I'm also using it to remind myself of those like simple truths that like I am enough where I am right now, and I can still enjoy where I am right now and accept where I am, and not have to force myself into any pose in order to say like I did it and that I am accomplished and that I am worthwhile, that I mean something, that I am valuable, that I, am strong. It's not about the actual act of the thing. It is about how I walk away feeling from doing the thing. It is about feeling. It is about connecting to that space. Bitch, I can go on and on about this topic, but I'm ready to eat. I'm ready to chill and stop yapping my mouth. My mouth is dry, and I'm ready to drink some water. So I'm going to leave this here. If I have any other thoughts, I'll just come in while I'm editing. But thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for being with me tonight, talking about not forcing shit, bitch. Okay, I hope that something landed on your heart in a way that feels good, and really tap into that feeling, bitch. Okay. Here. Be sure to rate the Healer's Diary 5 stars wherever you're listening. Share this with a friend. Play this in your speakers. Make a comment down below. Start a conversation, bitch. Okay, for once in your life. Bye, y'all.